many of you were out at the rally last night, and I got to tell you, there were hundreds of people. There were great press stories this morning, and it really touched me. It really moved my heart that so many of us were there, so many people turned out, and that we were together able to make a statement that bullying matters, that these kids matter, and that there's something that we can all do to help with that. Maybe just to give you a little bit of my background, I grew up in Salt Lake City. Family of 8 kids, the stereotypical Mormon family in just about every way. The scary thing for me was, by about the time I was 12 years old, I realized that there was a problem. I realized that I wasn't quite the same as all the other kids. And after a lot of research, I found out that there was something seriously wrong with me. That I was seriously flawed, that there was something evil and wicked and immoral about me, and that it was my deep, dark secret. It was a secret that must not ever be shared with my family, with a friend, with anyone. And I was convinced that if I tried hard enough, that it would go away. It was going to be fine. Now, at the time, I didn't even know how to define it as gay, and frankly, it would take me until my 30s before I could define it that way. But I knew that there was something horribly wrong, and so I decided that I was going to become perfect, and that I would be cured. I would find the answer. So I did. I took every church position that came along. I went to BYU twice. Served my mission in Argentina. I was in the leadership for the Mormon Youth Chorus and Symphony. I was the ward clerk. I was the ward secretary. I worked in the LDS Church Administration building for 5 years to get through school. Frankly, the office directly below the prophet's office. I did everything I could think of. And by the time I hit my 30s, I realized it wasn't going to go away. It wasn't going to change. 10 years of therapy later, still wasn't going to change. And I found myself, frankly, this was about 9 years ago now, I found myself just south of here on Highway 1. There's an area just south called Devil's Slide. And it's a beautiful area, and there's some very dramatic cliffs over there. And as I sat in my Ford Explorer looking over the cliff, trying to gain the courage to push on the accelerator and go over the edge, I realized that the only thing worse than being gay that I knew of was murder. It's the only sin that was worse. And I knew that suicide was somewhere in there. And I also realized that coming out meant that I would lose my family and everything else that I had. And it was there, down by the Devil's Slide, that I decided that if I was going to lose everything I had anyway, that I wanted to live. And that's kind of how we got to where I'm at now. It took me a while to get through the whole coming out process, admitting everything and catching up, so to speak. But I realized a couple of years ago that there was something that I could do. I realized that there were hundreds, in fact probably thousands, of these little 12-year-old boys that were hiding their deep, dark secret that must never be shared, who think that they're all alone, who think that they're the only ones, who think that they're impure and immoral, that they're damaged. And that's not okay. It's not okay with me any longer. And I decided that I have to do something. Frankly, I didn't know what, but I had to do something. And that's what this conference is about this weekend. It's our chance, it's our opportunity to do something. Frankly, I don't care what it is. Every single one of us have a unique ability to reach people, a unique ability to say something or do something that might reach just one person and make their lives a little bit better. But we each have the opportunity to do something, anything. We don't need a calling. We don't need an assignment. If you're waiting for that, you are called. If you're waiting for an assignment, you are now assigned.
Nice estate.
If you're looking for instructions or directions or classes on how to get it done, don't. There aren't any more. What we're about today is doing something. Working together, finding our own voices, and doing something that's going to make a difference to help the kids that still need help. So what we've done is we've selected 3 of the areas where we think there's the greatest crisis and the greatest needs right now in our world. One of those areas is in suicide, another one is in equality, and another area is in understanding. And instead of doing the traditional workshops and training formats and lectures this year, we're asking each of you to break up into one of these 3 groups. We're asking you to focus your time and your attention from now until 2 o'clock on learning what you can about this subject, in working with the other people in this group, in coming up with ideas, and on working on a project so that when we get back here at 2 o'clock, we can hear about what you've done today that's going to help somebody else. We also want to know what the rest of us can do tomorrow so that we can keep going. I have asked several fantastic facilitators to help organize what's going to happen during the day, and I would like each of them to come up and tell us just a little bit about what they have planned, what's going to be going on in their sessions. And for everyone who hasn't already decided, please select one of these action groups, and we are going to spend our time in that group today. Again, my hope, my prayer is that today we will stand up, that we will do something to help someone else, and that we will find our way that we can reach out to that 12-year-old little boy who needs to know that they're not the only one left in the world, and make a difference in their lives. So if we can, I would like to